Hi everybody, welcome to Out and Book, which is a vlog where we're going to be travelling around Scotland and visiting all the independent bookshops as we go. The idea came around as a New Year's resolution actually, where myself and my husband decided that we were going to combine our love of literature and our desire to see more of the beautiful country that we live in. The first place we've decided to visit is Stirling, which lies along the central belt of Scotland. It's actually quite close to where we live, and it holds quite a special place in our hearts because it's where we met, it's where we went to university, and it's also where we got married. And it's a beautiful city with so many places to visit, so I hope you enjoy it. The place we decided to visit in Stirling was Stirling Castle. A little tip, if you are planning on visiting a lot of castles and ancient monuments and things in Scotland, it might be worth getting a Historic Scotland membership. We pay £7.95 a month, and that gets 2 adults and up to 6 children into the castle or wherever it is, like whatever Historic Scotland site you're going to. I'm pretty sure it's something like £52 for 2 adults and 2 children to enter the castle if you just turn up. So it's definitely worth paying £7.95 a month if you're planning on doing quite a few of the sites during the year. And also, this is a bit cheeky, but when we were there, we left the car at the castle and just walked into Stirling, which is like a 10-minute walk. And so that saves the parking fees as well when you go into town. The castle is a really, really special place to visit. The staff there are always so friendly. The tours are brilliant. You can do tours for children and tours for adults. The view from the castle is amazing. You can see the Walls Monument, which is another place to visit in Stirling. So I hope you enjoy the little video we made of the castle and the cafe. So Stirling has 2 independent bookshops that we found anyway. There is the Book Nook, which is a brilliant name for a bookshop, and there is Stirling Books, which is the oldest independent bookshop in Stirling. They're both very different in style and in the type of book they sell, so it's quite a good combination for different types of interest. So the first bookshop we visited was the Book Nook. We did a little bit of research online, and their website said it was actually started by 2 students from the Stirling Uni who were sitting one day having a pub lunch and just chatting about the lack of job prospects for them. So they basically made this plan as they sat in the pub, and oh my goodness, did they pull it off. It is just the most beautiful bookshop. As soon as you walk in, the whole place is just really inviting. The decor's gorgeous, and there's so many beautiful little touches. They sell a combination of second-hand books and new books, and they're all really reasonably priced. There's a cafe as well, which was absolutely buzzing when we were in. There was loads of people there, and I think it's all bagels actually, with cakes as well, and like obviously hot drinks. My husband is gluten-free, and so they did this stuff that was meant to be in his bagel but on gluten-free bread, and he said he really enjoyed it. The extra little touches, I'm trying to think, like, so there's actually a little Book Nook, which I'm sure the kids would love to discover. There's a kids' corner, and we noticed that there was a leaflet saying they do story time, I think it's on Sundays, for children. There's free poems. Every little aspect of that shop has been thought out thoroughly. So we really enjoyed our time there, and we would recommend anybody who is in Stirling and loves an independent bookshop to go and try it out themselves. The next shop we visited was Stirling Books, which is a second-hand bookshop. It's completely different from the Book Nook and special in its own way. It sells rare and antique books. So if you're like a collector of books, this would be a great one to go to. The prices obviously reflect that the fact is that they are antique books. So they are more expensive, but obviously absolutely beautiful. There's some really gorgeously illustrated books. Unfortunately, we didn't have much time. We had to go at the end of the day, so we just popped in for a quick look round. But it would definitely be worth going. You could find some really interesting little gems in that shop. There are so many other attractions to visit in Stirling. As we were walking down from the castle, we passed the Old Town Jail, which was somewhere we really hoped to get to, but we just ran out of time. There's the site of the Battle of Bannockburn you can go to. There's the Wallace Monument. I don't think these places are part of the Historic Scotland membership, so I would just double check that, look it up before you go if you're hoping to use the Historic Scotland cards. Even the shopping centre in Stirling, when you go in there, have a look for the signs for the Bastion Jail, and basically it takes you down a little spiral staircase, and it's the site of a cornerstone pillar that was like the first line of defence for the borough of Stirling years and years ago, and there's lots of interesting information down there. Basically, like, Stirling, there's so much history. It's just steeped in history, and everywhere you go, you'll find little snippets of information posted around. So it's a brilliant city to visit, and two lovely bookshops as well. Okay, we'll see you later for our next tour.